So, December 1st's daily is Lazarus to Mother, and Mother is the boss with the highest kill rate against me. We get exceptionally lucky with our first room clear reward being a dime. Our first treasure room contains Little Gertie and Contagion, and I'm not sure which one to take. I am leaning towards Little Gertie, but we'll make that decision later. More work trying to get these explosive spiders to get us a swallowed penny for these pots, but no luck. After having cleared the floor before the boss, I decide I'll take Little Gertie. And wait, what? I'm allowed to take both today? Okay, sure, why not? Contagion and Little Gertie. First floor boss is Little Horn, who awards us stem cells. We'll use that little bit of extra healing to see what's in the curse room, which awards us nothing but pain. Great. We have nearly enough money to get something from the shop, so we stick our head inside, and goodness gracious, it's coupon. We'd really like to get that. We can use it to rob Stan. Let's see what we can do on the floor to get a little bit of money. Try using the sack room to squeeze out some extra pennies, and then try the pills. Hopefully there's a bad trip or a full heal in here, and no, it's a lockdown. Great. So we mosey off to try the other pill that's available, and it's a dud. Something's wrong, a neutral. Peachy. Well, I guess we won't be getting that coupon. But, you know, we haven't checked out the secret room on this floor yet, so maybe we could spend some of this money in the shop. Maybe we'll get a bomb. So there's a sack on sale, and we buy it, and it's 3 bombs and a 1 penny refund. Nice. Let's go looking for that secret room after I blow up these rocks for a free bomb anyway. I mean, hey, maybe there was a crawl space under there. We are able to suss out the secret room's location, and woo, 5 cents. That's enough for coupon. Heck yeah. We immediately use coupon, and we get a free pill, which turns out to be Horf. Ugh. Well, not completely worthless. Before we leave, no reason not to check the top secret. We've got a pretty good idea where it is, and 3 pennies and a charge beggar. Well, not entirely worthless, but not very helpful. And with that, we are done with Basement 1. Not terrible. 4 treasures. Little Gertie, Contagion, Stem Cells, and Coupon. Pretty good Basement 1. Next floor is Downpour with its incredible music. Our treasure room is a choice between Candy Heart and Speedball. This is a no-brainer. Candy Heart, obviously. Given the floor's layout, finding the regular secret is difficult, but the top secret's really easy to find. And we luck out, it contains a blood donation machine, which is really nice with Candy Heart. Checking out the curse room, we are punished with a mega troll bomb that helps us open up the secret room. Wow. Probably never would have guessed it was there. Our reward is a bunch of unidentified pills. We'll come back to sample these later. Once again, we luck out with an incredible shop containing Mom's Key, Diplo, and a restock machine. But before we do any of this, let's see what we've got in the boss room. It's Wormwood. Yikes. The fight goes okay, other than a very silly error costing us the Devil Room. We are awarded 2 soul hearts and Mom's coin purse for taking out Wormwood. But more importantly, we now have a fully charged coupon to take to the shop. Let's see what we get. Unfortunately, it lands on Mom's Key rather than Diplo. Still, we have a fair bit of health on the floor and some pills to play with, and a blood donation machine, so let's see what we can do with those things. Our first pill is unfortunately a health down. Shot speed up is our second pill, and while positive, it's not very good. Our third pill is a luck up. Nice. Tears up is our fourth pill. Really, really nice. Hematemesis is our 5th pill, and that's a good one to find. A second Hematemesis pill in the secret room gives us even more red health, And our last unidentified pill is a sunshine pill, which sadly is wasted in this room. And with that, we are ready to donate all of our health for money, and pick up all the red hearts for some bonus stats. Unfortunately, we don't get a blood bag, so we'll just take 5 cents and try to buy a pill. Let's see what this one is. Maybe it's a full heal? A bad trip? No, it's just a range up. There. Fine, so we'll collect all the money and, ooh, look, we have a couple of lucky pennies in the crowd. Lucky, lucky. Using that cash, we buy Diplo. And then restock the shop to see what we can spend it on. This looks like a good spot to pop it. We'll get a duplicate coupon and a free buddy in a box, as well as some free pickups from the shop. Good deal. Restocking the shop, we are offered an inverted card and Keeper's Sack. We'll take this inverted temperance to another room and spend it. Maybe we'll get a decent pill out of it. And we get health down, speed down, pretty fly, shot speed up, and health down. Goodness gracious, that was awful. Back in the shop, we pick up our duplicated fully charged coupon and pop it, and we luck out and land on Keeper's Sack, which gives us a little bit more scratch. Nice. We'll grab this coupon and then buy a battery to recharge it, and then attempt to restock this shop one more time. The restock gets us battery pack, which is pretty good with coupon, but we'd have to luck out and land on it with the coupon purchase. And look at that, we do. More coupon charges. We don't have enough money for another restock, so we have to bomb the machine. But we luck out and get Mom's box out of the deal, and then we luck out again with coupon landing on it on the first spin. Spending the remaining battery charge in the room, we get modeling clay for our trinket. I take a quick tour of the floor to see if there are any interesting passives we can exploit here, and unfortunately, there aren't. And with that, it's the end of the floor. There's really nothing left for us to exploit here. Looking back on the floor, we gained 0.5 tears, 1.2 damage, 1.5 range, and 4.5 luck. That's pretty good for one floor. After clearing most of the floor, we decide to open the treasure room, and sadly, we're given a bad choice between Pointy Rib and Dead Bird. Well, we'll take Pointy Rib because it's a heck of a lot better than Dead Bird. Floor generation is awfully kind on this seed, placing the secret room right next to the boss arena, letting us slip in for a free booster pack. And it's not a bad booster pack. We get a Sun, Justice, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Spades, and Strength card. And we used the Strength card during the boss arena combat, because why not? When else are we going to use it? The Dross boss is Turdlet, who thankfully is pretty easy, especially when you bring a tower card to just instantly nuke him. Somehow he survives that for a little bit, though. Our reward is Old Bandage, and oh crap. Oh crap. This is it. We are inches away from an infinite stats exploit. We just need a little bit more luck. Checking out the shop, we are handed yet another component of a major game break, the habit. Sadly, we're 6 cents shy. Maybe we can scrape together that cash in the mirror dimension. I mean, we have to do it anyway, since we're going to Mother. Before we go ghost mode, though, I'll grab this Ace of Spades. I know of a room in the mirror dimension. We'll be able to pop this and get a ton of keys. Oh, also another free lucky penny was waiting for us in the center of that room. Thanks, ghost mode. Before going to the mirror dimension, I decide to check out the top secret, and we are given a Soul of Isaac, a 2 of Diamonds, and a Blood of the Martyr in a chest. Yikes. I waffle for a little bit about popping the Soul of Isaac right now. Maybe we hit the mirror dimension, maybe we find a Yara rune and we get a duplicate. So, no reason to rush it. Let's go check out the mirror dimension. The mirror dimension is pretty uneventful. We grab knife piece 1 and pop ace of spades for a buttload of keys, but otherwise nothing to note. Back in the regular world, we grab Soul of Isaac and pop it, and unfortunately our alternate roll is just thin odd mushroom, which is very bad. So we just take Blood of the Martyr, and I think about it. We can probably defeat Turdla in the mirror dimension. We've got a chariot card we can use for extra insurance, so why not? Free boss treasure. Sadly, it's just crackjacks, a health up, and a trinket. I waffle for a bit about whether or not we want to take number magnet over modeling clay, but ultimately I decide modeling clay has a bigger opportunity for a game break than number magnet's consistent value, and we go on with modeling clay. Alright, wrapping up the floor, we grab the 2 of diamonds and head into the shop. I hate wasting 2 of diamonds with only 14 cents, but it lets us buy the habit, which is absolutely worth it. Looking back on the floor, we've gained 0.1 speed, 2 damage, half a point of range, and 1 luck. But the most important things we got this floor were Old Bandage and the habit. Next floor, we're going to break this game. We start right next to a dice room, but unfortunately it's a D4. And I rather like our build, so that's of no use to us. Mom's box gives Burnt Penny, which in conjunction with Mom's key and all of the coins on the floor, will give us virtually unlimited bombs for the rest of the run. First visit to the shop contains Mom's pill bottle and Crooked Penny, and neither of these are interesting. Maybe we'll play with the restock machine later. Treasure room is sadly pretty disappointing. GB bug and it hurts. We'll leave it for now. Maybe we can find a reroll. And then literally 1 minute and 10 seconds later, we find a dice shard. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's take the dice shard to the boss. Maybe if we get an angel room, we can re-roll a subpar angel treasure. Sadly, we don't get a deity room. No angel room this time. But we do get divorce papers, which gives us a bone heart, which is a big deal for us. There's a lot of red health on this floor that we could use with Candy Heart for more stats, but then we'd have to get rid of all of our soul hearts. So, divorce papers lets us, gather that red health without having to give away all of our armor. After clearing the floor a bit more, I decide to pop our dice shard, and kind of a bust. We get teleport and the D7. Turns out that D7 is going to be a lot more useful than I initially expected. After that, I decide to hit the shop and restock for Humbling Bundle, which I don't even wait to pick up. So, let's take a minute to review what we've got here. We've got Old Bandage, we've got Habit, we've got Humbling Bundle, we've got Candy Heart. This is an extremely strong infinite engine. It's just lacking luck. A few more points of luck, and we can virtually guarantee that Old Bandage will generate more health than we are taking in damage every time it procs. And every time we pick up red health, we gain stats. After running around the floor with Burnt Penny collecting money for some free bombs, I restock the shop a few times and ultimately land on Deep Pockets, which, yeah, we could probably use that. After that, we're finally ready to pick up divorce papers, gain that bone heart, and collect all of the red health on the floor for bonus stats. So, in order to collect all of this red health, we have to empty out our bone heart by taking damage on the curse store, which in turn gives Mom's box some charge, letting us spawn more trinkets. And remember, every time we take damage, we give Old Bandage a chance to proc to generate 1 heart, which in turn gives Humbling Bundle a chance to proc and double that health. We are starting to approach that infinite point. We just need a little bit more luck. After a little while, I realize I can use the D7 to redo a combat and maybe get a few more drops. And a little bit after that, I realize I can recharge it with a habit and keep going. After a little while, we've exhausted all of the health on the floor, and it's finally time to pack up and move on. So for a quick review of this floor, let's see how many stats we've gained. Let's just do a quick montage. Candy Heart and Keeper's Sack have paid out very well in terms of stats. But we haven't broken the game yet. I guess we'll just have to try again this floor. Unfortunately, Greed steals our shop for the floor. But thankfully, the treasure room offers us Compound Fracture, which is, yeah, an incredible upgrade. We'll be taking that. Our secret room contains a Charge Beggar, which is, on its own, pretty good, especially with Mom's box. But take a look at our trinket. Modeling clay has become Glitched Crown. Oh boy, we really want this guy to pay out a pedestal in this room. That's a chance at 4 distinct secret room items. But the downside is this guy's pretty unlikely to pay out, and ultimately I give up after a little while. Moving on to the boss, it's Tough Twins, which is, frankly, not all that tough. The Tough Twins pay out Synthol a pretty decent damage up. The Mom's Chase sequence is, as usual, pretty uneventful. After that, I head back to the Charge Beggar, who finally pays out with a Sharp Plug. And thanks to Glitched Crown, we've got access to Missing Number, Rock Bottom, Binge Eater. Whew. This is a good one, but look at that. Rock Bottom is right after Missing No. If we're off by even a little bit. And we got it. Checking and editing, I actually grabbed Rock Bottom on the very first frame it was available. Take a look. That was insanely lucky. We could have walked away with Missing Number there. After that, we go back to pick up a Joker card that spawned earlier on the floor, since we didn't get a deity room from the Tough Twins. And sadly, the Angel room is a bit of a disappointment. Spirit Sword on its own is a great item, but why would I take it given our build can be so much stronger without it? Still, we'll fight the Angel, get ourselves a key piece. That couldn't hurt. After that, it's running around the floor, collecting all the red health we've left behind, and absorbing it for more Candy Heart stats. By the end of the floor, we've gained a fair amount of stats, but unfortunately, we haven't succeeded in breaking the game yet. Jeez. How hard does a man have to work to get a game break here? Well, the answer isn't much longer, because Mom's box pays out Bloody Penny this floor. And I'll spare you some of the details. This is what it turns into pretty quickly. Thanks to Bloody Penny, we were able to generate additional health with half pennies, which with habit gave us charges for Mom's box, which in turn gave us Mom's locket, which allowed us to convert the half hearts from Bloody Penny into whole hearts, which in turn gave us more health to keep the cycle going. At some point, we do hit this critical mass that you see here, where we are getting more health than we are taking in damage. We have infinite stats. Now, I do a lot more fiddling about here, playing with Lucky Toe and Vibrant Bulb and Cracked Dice and all this nonsense, but it doesn't matter. This is what our build looks like at the end of Mausoleum. 21.5 damage, 6.7 tears per second, 26 range, and 11 luck. And we have Jawbreaker, which at 9 luck or higher gives us a 3.2x damage multiplier. We are hitting like a freight train. Nothing else matters. We've more or less won the game. But things do get even more broken next floor. I accidentally activate my Joker card, sending me to the Devil Room, which is offering Incubus. Okay, well, I guess we're selling our soul to Stan today. Thanks, buddy. And yeah, nothing else is really worth noting for the rest of this run. We are so hilariously overpowered, every single boss just melts. So, while we watch Lazarus stomp Mother, I'd like to invite you to join me on Twitch or YouTube for these live streams where I play through the Binding of Isaac and very carefully explain what I'm doing and why I'm making the decisions that I am. So, if you found this condensed run to be educational, enlightening, or even entertaining, swing by. I'll see you there.